Hi there.
Hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Great. Lovely to see you. Hope your meeting went well.
Oh, yes. Just running between buildings, so it
Okay,
takes a while.
great. Well, it's wonderful to have you on the Original You podcast. We are recording, but I do edit as well. So you have a little bit of background on the podcast
Hmm.
and the questions. And so if you're ready, let's jump into it. The first question is, and I am very curious about this, who are you? Not what you do necessarily, but who you feel yourself to be within. This is more about, I guess, consciousness and the human consciousness in this moment in time in human history.
Yes, I think it's an excellent question, one that I ask myself frequently. I have done so throughout my life. Who am I and what am I supposed to be doing and where am I going? I'm not that sure I will ever fully be able to answer it, for I see life as a journey. But if I take a snapshot of today, I would say that I'm an Icelandic wildcat, energized by curiosity and constant learning. And one of the reasons, yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm here. I like to go through life positive, saying yes to random strangers I meet in restaurants.
Yeah,
I guess that's why I'm here.
right.
I like to form my own path, but I need to have a team or be a part of a team to thrive. I like being private and social as well. I'm an extrovert that likes her privacy as well. I have a deep need to make a difference, doing really meaningful things both professionally and personally. And have fun while doing it. That's really important to me. Things can be difficult and complex, but they have to be interesting and fun. So I
Mhm.
guess you could say that I'm an explorer, and I would want to add a communicator. But as I said, that being said, I still haven't made up my mind what I'm going to be when I grow up. So
So, a couple of things. I think what was very instinctual for you was both being Icelandic and being a wildcat. So, I'd love to hear more about what both of those mean to you.
well, I think I am Icelandic. I'm brought up in a country that had the first democratically elected president, the female president that is.
Mhm.
I've- and I share her name. So
Wow.
her name is Vigdís as well. I was named
Uh-huh.
after my grandmother, but it's the same first name. So growing up in Iceland, the number one country in the world when it comes to gender equality, it formed me. It came later and professionally that I learned that we are not quite there yet, since we're not perfect and nobody's perfect. But professionally speaking to colleagues all over the world the past 20 years, I came to realize that because I'm Icelandic, I have been able to follow my dreams, speak my mind, explore, create my own path, and still have a family and still have both professional and private being whole, both professionally and in terms of family.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I've grown up with role models that have formed me, men and women, and I have a table of people I look up to, and they are Icelandic mostly, the women that is, but globally as well. And I
Mhm.
have a large stable of people I don't look up to,
Mhm.
the people that I don't want to become when I grow up. So yes, and I think Iceland has a unique opportunity, and I'm really proud of being Icelandic. And I feel that we come from a place where energy with the volcanic,
Mhm.
geothermal, and the aurora, the northern lights, and just the place here in the North Atlantic, and being really focused on equality has formed me a lot, and I think I'm very proud of that, and I feel really, and I truly believe that we as Icelanders can contribute how we approach life to the rest of the world. We are a country that doesn't have a military, so
Right.
we are very peaceful, though we are very opinionated on we want peace, and we believe in general that we can bring about peace without violence. And yeah, so Iceland is very much in my background.
Well, so what I'm hearing, and I'm going to go to the wildcat bit in a little bit, but is the energy of the landscape you occupy, which is contrasts,
Exactly.
cold and hot, and yet the energy that you're bringing is one of balance. So that's what I'm actually hearing, because I'm hearing equality and yet volcanoes, geothermal, and of course, ice and snow. So, in those contrasts, the energy is one of balance. And that's where equality comes in. And maybe that's why it's so important and kind of at the surface of what's going on in the landscape that you occupy, because that seems to have influenced you so much in who you are.
Yeah, and it took me a while to realize it. I've always been a proud Icelander, but still, where does my energy come from? And I think this is my source of energy, and in general, perhaps too energetic. But that's for others to have. That's not my problem to fix.
But the wildness of it too, I think, when you said Icelandic Wildcat is maybe goes to that. Maybe you can expound on that a little bit.
I guess so. Well, Iceland doesn't have any wild animals. We have foxes and we have some reindeer. And the landscape here, the weather is our wild animal that you can't trust. You have to be really careful. It changes its moods very quickly. But
I saw that when I was there.
yeah, I can imagine. And you have to be prepared for that. And I said wild cat. I guess it's because I think cats are really interesting creatures, and I guess that would be my spirit animal, if you could say that, because I like to create my own path, and I can't be very social but don't stroke me the wrong way.
Right.
But the
Really
explore, when you watch how cats behave, they go out on their own and they are unafraid of exploring, and I guess that's why I was in this moment at least really
right.
connected to being a wildcat.
So in your being and becoming in this life, what people, what human beings have really shaped your path and who you have gravitated to and also against, maybe family, friends, colleagues, global leaders, as you were saying, all of that. How has humanity shaped that?
Well, as I said earlier, I'm lucky enough to have really strong role models, female role models growing up in Iceland with, being really, growing up as a young girl, and it was normal for me to see myself as president because we had a female president, and that's not something that women all over the world can say. It's kind of, and having the right, somebody that, we have so many that have carved the way in Iceland, for example, right now. The current president is also female. It's just Halla Tómasdóttir, and happens to be a good friend of mine as well. I was her campaign manager. And we have the National Police Commissioner. She is a woman. The bishop is a woman. The mayor is a woman. The head of all the three parties that formalize the government, they're all women. But we have some really, really strong men as well, both the typical masculine, old school way of how you see people. But they're all, we have those, they are the strong Vikings, but they are really, they've I feel that they really, in general, people have stepped into the role of being the soft power is also really strong. In terms of family, family is everything to me. I was lucky enough to have really, my parents really were my rocks and was my anchors, I guess you could say. I learned a lot from them, and it was strange for me growing up and growing past what they had to offer, and when the roles reversed. But yeah, they have been my anchors in life, and now it would be my children and my husband, my friends, my colleagues, and they've all contributed to my constant growth and have allowed me to be who I am at each time. So people, when you surround yourself with strong people, they are able to let the people around them be the people that they want to be. So I guess I'm not going to name, I've named a couple of names in terms of role models, but yeah, I have a few people at the seat of my table, my role model table, whom I look up to.
I'm also hearing how you keep wanting to grow beyond who you are. That really comes out very strong in what you're saying.
Yes, I am.
The
I'm very
sense of
curious.
growth.
Yes. I
And
guess
that's
it's not that I don't enjoy the moment. I really, uh, I I am happy and I feel that I'm in a really good place. But I guess it's the longing of being able to learn new things and being able to contribute, and having positive influence on not just my closest circle, but on life in general. So yeah.
in the wider world.
Yes.
Yeah. And maybe, and I suspect that you have a lot to say on this, where has technology played a role, harmful or helpful, in your life and in who you are? And maybe you can talk about that in the wider context as well.
Well, technology is something that professionally is something that I work with a lot. I work for Digital Iceland, so that is where I professionally am at the moment, at least. But it is my community that has created me. Technology and media are more tools or platforms that I use to communicate, connect, to build teams, communities, bridges between people, and yeah, personally as well as professionally. And I think we need to be really careful in terms of how we are using that. We need to make sure that the technology is working for us and we are not working for being steered in the wrong directions, so we don't lose our inner
Humanity.
being, yeah, our humanity. So I would never use the terms, for example, that technology is a part of me, or or that I'm made up of from technology, but it enables me to move faster, to create connections that were not possible many years ago. I lived in Canada 20 years ago, and it was at that time technology made it possible for me to stay connected visually with my family, living all the way over in Iceland. And I think we can, if we are smart, we can use technology and as enablers, as making sure that we live fuller and better lives. We just need to be really careful on decisions we make and how we steer things. And I'm not sure that it's not just the government that needs to make regulations, and we as people, we need to constantly be asking the question of, is this going in the right direction? We need to be, as grown-ups, role models for our children, and we need to help them navigate this wilderness that we have. It's just like it's the Wild West, and we should make sure that we don't leave our loved ones alone in the Wild West without any roads or guidance on where we're going and what we want to see on the other end. So
So I'm struck, of course, by Iceland being an island, and you referred to the connectivity that technology provides. That in fact, it technology has now really, so to speak, put it on the map of the world. And I'm just astounded by how much tourism has grown in Iceland. It wasn't that long ago, and I'm dating myself because I'm older, when Iceland was going through a tough time, and its history often has gone through a tough time. But I can see how technology has really helped it to connect in a very meaningful way with the rest of the world at this point in time.
That's true, and it has put Iceland on the map and has made it more accessible. It has helped people just to professionally easier to partake in the global community, for us to contribute, for us to learn from others. So yes, I completely agree. And it was technology that put Iceland on the map with both large economic volcanic eruption, and then there was the economic collapse that was global. And yes, we also have the mentality of the Icelandic people. We have to have many hats. So we're so few. So we kind of need to be able to step into different roles. And technology has helped us in that sense. And we've had to be smart how we use the enablers that we have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was personally struck by how technologically savvy the entire island is. Everybody that I met and all the companies that I dealt with, tour operators, etc.
True.
Incredibly so.
Yeah, we have 95% of the working population. It's probably more now, can authenticate themselves through EID. So we're able to go fully digital, and it's even though again, it's a tool, it's an enabler, it's a way to do more for less. It's a way to make our lives easier without. But we are responsible for the quality of the life that we create and we seek. That's
it reminded me of Japan in that, because Japan is also very technologically savvy, and you see technology everywhere. And I actually met so many Japanese people in Iceland.
Yes, there are a lot of tourism from Japan and Asia is quite big. It used to be more from the US. The UK is still fairly big, but yeah, due to current situation, I guess it's less from the US at the moment.
A good number of Americans too, though, that I met there. So just in terms of your life, can you maybe describe moment or moments of challenge and how you overcame them? So what in your spirit, in your energy, helped you do that, or if there were other tools that have helped you overcome a challenge?
I think when it comes to overcoming challenges, it has been again, I guess, my Icelandic core, how I'm put together, and unbearably positive. I approach life as I approach things and problems as projects. It's something I need to overcome, and I'm constantly, when you're open to change and you're open to things, not being in a standstill. I think it really helps you to overcome very different types of challenges, both personally and professionally. And I guess it's my positivity and my curiosity and my willingness to learn that has been my, the toolkit that I have used the most. I'm really, it's very easy for me to, quickly evaluate the situation I am in, and that's perhaps my Icelandic genes. Surviving the winter is still trying to figure out how things are. But I would say my biggest it would be the positivity and willingness to change and embracing change that has helped me overcome so much in my life.
Mm-hmm. So growth mindset too.
Yes.
Is what helps you to overcome. But it also
Yes.
sounds like you're a problem solver. So
Yes.
you're kind of immediately
Yeah.
translating any challenge into, oh, it's a project.
Yeah.
And I can figure out a solution.
True.
Yeah.
True. And that's has been the truth for me both professionally and personally. So I guess everything gets a little bit mixed up when you allow yourself to be your inner self. It translates everywhere, and when your environment allows you to grow and empowers you, even though if it's your family or your coworkers, or if you're empowering people around you, it kind of things start solving themselves. You need to you start embracing things in completely differently.
Is it not also the case that you have to fully understand and imbibe or be in a problem? In other words, you have to really feel a problem to actually overcome it, because otherwise you
You
don't fully understand it.
true. You have to take time. You have to be able to step
Mm-hmm.
into other people's shoes, to communicate. And for me, communication has been a way to solve, just getting people to sit down and really understand them and really understand where they're coming from. I might not agree, but when people, sometimes we just need to, the cliche of agree to disagree. And there's truth in that, but usually we all want to do the same thing. We're all going for a better place. We all want to solve our projects or problems, though even though we approach it differently. It's the same with the politicians. They just see they are there to do the very best they can for their society, and that's their drive. But they have different opinions on what's the best way to do that. How people will what's the best way. And that's the communicator in me, at least. I really feel strongly that by sitting down and having the difficult conversations as well, we can't all, it can't be all butterflies and happiness. We have to be able to discuss really difficult things without things blowing up, without arguing, without we can you can have the energy, the conflict, but you have to make sure that you steer it in the right direction, of away from being, I guess, away from being violent, in a sense that you have to disagree to move forward, to be able to find a different solution. It kind of, you need to the explosion of different mindsets,
Right.
but
Or the clash.
somehow the clash.
Yeah.
Thank you. But we need to find the mutual route forward, and yes, I think that's excellent. I wish that people would approach life more in that sense.
So is that consensus building kind of exercise, or is it more persuasion, or as you said, stepping into someone else's shoes, so kind of compassion also for
It's a
someone
lot of
else's point
compassion.
of,
Yeah,
yeah, for other people's point of view.
that's very important to be able to understand that mindset,
Right.
to be able to move forward. We're all
Yeah.
here to do the best we can.
Right. No, so that sounds less argumentative and persuasive and more, can I understand them? And can we get to a path jointly that we agree on?
Yeah, that's the preferred way to do it. But there comes a time where you are already at the argumentative phase, where you have the conflict, and there's a lot of conflict going on around.
Right.
It's contagious, it seems. And that's that's when you need to have the patience, which I do not have a lot of, but at least the compassion to try and understand and figure out where is this coming from, why are really understanding the problem, because then you usually can talk through it. It's we all just want to do our best in life. I truly believe that.
Any other comments that you would like to make just on where you are and how it all fits together?
Yeah, mostly just thank you for, I think it's good for you. It's a good mindset to sit down and really ask the question on a regular basis, who am I, where am I going, and where am I coming from? And it helped me realize that I guess I knew it, but my Icelandic roots are what really pushed me forward and have helped me to be the person I am today.
And it's a boon for all of us that you are the person that you are today, because it helps all of us. You're helping humanity become better.
Hopefully.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. I really
Thank
appreciated
you.
this conversation.
Yes,
And
thank
come
you.
back anytime as you grow into other beings.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
let's not just, it's one thing to settle, but you don't have to stop learning. We can always keep growing and contributing, and let's not give up on life.
Thank you very much for being here. Just an aside, on a personal note, I wanted to let you know I've wanted to go to Iceland for so long, finally made the trip. And it was partly because I had wanted to create a new school in Iceland for the
Oh,
world, my own school of wisdom with experts around the world. And when I was there, I was looking for a place maybe a little bit outside of the city. And in fact, I think I found something in the summertime to do a 2-week school with experts from around the world, thinking up how we could make it a better place. So
yeah,
it
there's a
was,
lot of energy. There's a lot of
yeah,
energy that you could tap into here. And I do recommend you come
absolutely.
again in June, July, when
Yeah,
you have to experience the Icelandic lighting, because we have 24-hour daylight, and
yes.
late June. But it's just the Icelandic summer evenings is something that,
I want to do that with the whole family. So I've been
yeah,
talking with, because now I have grandchildren. Both my son and my daughter have babies right now, bringing the whole kit and caboodle for a week and enjoying it. Yeah, they were astounded by the pictures I sent back.
I can imagine. I can imagine. I am myself never get tired of I guess beautiful is not something I would use for the landscape in Iceland, but spectacular. It's just
Yeah, it's surreal.
breathtaking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really kind of out of this world. It was just, it was an amazing trip. Very rejuvenating as well.
Uh,
Even though I was
great.
on the go the whole time, I got a lot of energy too.
Yeah. Great to
So
hear that.
yeah, thank you so much. And we will stay in touch
Do that. Do that.
and homing it in Iceland.
That sounds great.
Yeah, yeah. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day.
Likewise, and travel
Yeah,
safely.
thanks so much, Vigdís. Take
Bye.
care.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.